and welcome back to another video. I'm trying out a new filming setup, so I hope it looks good when I go to edit this, otherwise I'm gonna be very upset. It's all just because the lighting in my apartment sucks and I never have time to film during the day, so I really just need to buy some lights at this point, but whatever. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my December TBR. I cannot believe that we are on the very last month of 2020. This year has felt like 12 years, but also like a week at the same time. I'm glad for it to be over, and I'm hoping 2021 brings everyone much more happiness than 2020 did. It's been a mess. So yeah, with this being the last month of 2020, there are some reads that I definitely need to complete. I had a very poor reading month in November, as you'll see in my November wrap-up. But I'm hoping December is going to be better because there is so much I need to get through. Okay, the audiobook for Where the Crawdads Sing just came in on my library app right this second. So just gonna throw that onto my December TBR as well because I've been waiting for this audiobook for months. The wait time was something crazy like 30 weeks, so that is definitely going to be listened to in December. Okay, but aside from that, I'm gonna start with the 6 books that are on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads. I do not want to carry any of these over into 2021. I'll be very annoyed if I do. So, Normal People by Sally Rooney is one that I am currently and actively reading. So I am on page 200. I only have like the tiniest bit left, so I will finish this in the next couple of days. But today is the last day of November, so I doubt I'll finish it tonight. I could though. I could if I really tried. But I am really liking this so far. When I actually have time to sit down and read it, it goes by super quickly. It is literally just about 2 normal people and their issues and their relationships, and their like relationship with each other, and they keep meeting and parting ways, and it's very good. It highlights their flaws and their positives, and kind of goes into how like nobody is like a perfect human being and everyone has both sides, and I am really loving this. I really like the character development. This is a very character-driven book, so I'm loving that. The next one is a big one, and that is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. So I am also 200 pages into this one. However, in a book this size, that means I still have 600 pages left. So in November, April from Aprilius Maximus and Paige from Pages with Paige picked my November TBR, and tragically, I completed very little of it. I think I've literally read 3 books in November, and only 2 of those they picked out of 12, so I've been a little slumpy, and I'm very sorry. I appreciate you guys picking up my TBR. I'm going to continue and try to get through that list in December. So, Pride of the Orange Tree, I once again am loving this as well. This is a standalone high fantasy that follows so many different characters. I was about to name like the main character, but there's like, right now there's like 6 different storylines. It was a little confusing in the beginning just because I don't personally read a ton of high fantasy. I love it, and like all of it that I have read, I've given like 5 stars, but I'm just not really used to it, so that's why. But this is super good. There is a female romance in it, and I haven't gotten to that part yet, and I am dying to because I want to know who it's gonna be. But yeah, I am loving this so far, so I would love to finish this. I will make this, I will make this a priority in December. What is this hair doing? Jeez. Can you guess when the last time I brushed my hair was? Because it wasn't today, that's for sure. The next book that is on my currently reading is On the Edge of Gone by Corinne Dubis. This is the book club pick for this month for the Blanketfort Books podcast, which I host with 2 of my friends, Rachel and Gabe. I will leave all of the links to that down below. The episode is going to come out, I believe, December 11th. It was pushed back a week just because my city has gone back into not quite a lockdown, but pretty strict COVID policies again. So we are trying to figure out how to do it remotely is what I'm trying to say. So we ordered microphones and stuff, and we're getting all set up. We're gonna have a Discord soon, so it'll be very, very fun over the Blanket Fort Books podcast. So this has to be read by Sunday. It's currently Monday. I can absolutely do it. It is a very quick read, so I am 104 pages in, and I don't know if you can tell, but the font is huge and the spacing is huge as well. Like, this is a super quick read, and it is great. I didn't tell you anything about it. So this is a sci-fi set in 2035, and it follows Denise and her mother and her sister, and there is a asteroid hitting the Earth, so everyone has to evacuate and either go on ships to other planets or just into space or find a temporary shelter, etc., before they can go back to their home and figure things out. And yeah, this follows Denise, and she is autistic, which I love. And her mother has a drug problem, and there is a trans side character, so there's a lot of good representation in here so far. And it is really, really good. I don't read a ton of sci-fi, but I would love to because I am thoroughly enjoying this one. But if you want to hear more of my thoughts on this, I will let you know when the podcast is out, December 11th, I believe. If not, I will put the correct date here, but I'm pretty sure it's December 11th, and we will be discussing this in depth. The next one I'm currently reading to shouldn't even count because I'm like hardly into it, but it's my current audiobook, and that is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I've never read this. I don't know the story whatsoever, but I got the audiobook that is narrated by Tandy Newton from Westworld, and I am loving it. Her narration is so good. I love her voice, I love her storytelling, and I am really, really liking this audiobook so far. I don't know how far I am, but not far at all, like 50 pages maybe. But I'm liking it so far. Yeah. I know this is one of April's this is her all-time favorite book, so I hope that I love it as much as she does. Okay, those were all the ones that I was kind of actively reading. I have so many piles here, but there are two that I put down that I need to pick back up again and finish. Otherwise, I'm never gonna do it, even though one of them I'm absolutely loving and the other one I'm like, anyway. So the first one is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. I was 70 pages into this, and I am absolutely loving this. Trevor Noah is a comedian, if you didn't know, and this is his memoir about growing up as a half-white, half-black child in South Africa when it was illegal. I didn't know, like, I am learning so much from this. I had no idea. I feel very uneducated when it comes to this, and this is blowing my mind. And it's very beautifully written because he's telling these tragic and horrible and awful stories about his childhood, but he tells them in such a funny way and such a creative way of telling them. I don't know how to explain it, but I absolutely love this. This book is just so good. There's nothing I love more than a good memoir, and this is amazing. So I definitely want to finish this ASAP. And the very last one that I have already started, oh, I should have got the dust jacket, is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. So I am 300 pages into this, and I need to finish it. It's just kind of exhausting. 12-year-old me would have died for this book. But don't get me wrong, I still love Twilight. I reread them recently and it was a great time. But something about Edward's narration, if you didn't know, this is Twilight from Edward's point of view, but I'm sure you did. But something about his goddamn inner monologue is so exhausting to read, so that's where I am with this. But I am about halfway through, so I think we can finish this month as well if I try. Okay, the next book is one that I also have to get through because we are doing a podcast episode about it. This is the episode that is going to be coming out on December 25th, so Christmas Day. Obviously we pre-film. And that is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Now, I have read some Charles Dickens and I am not a fan. I just think there are more important classics. Anyway, I don't think he was doing anything revolutionary with his work. And that's just my opinion. I know Charles Dickens is obviously well loved, but his books are so long-winded and so boring and monotonous. But this is a Christmas classic, obviously, and it's only 96 pages of this book. The rest are other short stories. So this is another book we are going to all read and discuss on the podcast because none of us have read it, but we all love the various adaptations. I personally love the one with a Donald Duck. Is it Donald Duck? Is it his family? Is it like Huey, Louie, and Dewey? Anyway, this is happening. Okay, there are 2 more books that I would like to get to if I have time. However, I just remembered, I think a look of panic just crossed my face. I just remembered that I'm planning a secret TBR that is Christmas themed. That's all I'm going to tell you. That obviously has to come out before Christmas. That involves reading 5 books. One of them I've already read half of, so. However, sorry, my phone is, I'm not that popular, it is a group chat. So, those are 5 books that I need to read on top of all of this. And I am gonna still tell you these 2 books that if I have time, I would like to get to. So the first one is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is one that April picked for me for my November TBR that I didn't end up getting to. I actually started listening to this book on, oh my god, someone's gonna get mad at me for constantly leaving stickers on books. I'm so sorry, I'm bad at that. Anyway, I started listening to this audiobook, and I really liked it, but I don't love listening to fantasy novels as audio. I prefer contemporary. So I was liking the story so much that I knew I wasn't going to absorb it enough through audio, so I stopped that and decided that this is one that I need to read physically, but I was really loving it, so I want to dive back into that. So if I have time, definitely want to read this. If not, 2021, this is the first priority. And the last one is one that I'm a little bummed about because I already had wanted to read it, okay, so that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I've already read this book twice. However, the 4th book in the series, A Sky Beyond the Storm, comes out tomorrow. I just got my shipping notification for my pre-order today, and I'm really sad that I can't dive into it right away, but it has been so long since I've read this series that I know to get like the most out of that final book, I need to reread it. So, An Ember in the Ashes, obviously the first one. An amazing fantasy story, in my opinion. I love it so much. I love Laia. I love Elias. Oh my god, it's so sad, and I know the 4th one is gonna be so sad. So I probably won't get to that till 2021, but I just want to give the series a big old binge read because I have been anticipating this book all year and I just haven't gotten around to rereading them yet. So those are all of the books that I'm going to be reading in December. I am also participating and co-hosting in Not Safe for Workathon Christmas edition. I will leave all of the info for that down below. That runs for a couple of weeks starting in the middle of the month. The 13th, I believe. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I haven't planned my TBR for that yet, so I'm hoping that I can fit these books in there. If not, we'll be reading even more because that is a priority. I love Not Safe for Workathon. and I need to get to that. So I'm just looking at my collapsed stack and I'm just, what am I doing to myself? It's fine, everything's fine. That is it for my December TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed. Wish me luck on this journey that I am embarking in. I hope I don't fail, but it is a high chance that I'm gonna. Also, it's November 30th and I'm still wearing Halloween earrings, but I just got these Scream earrings and I am obsessed with them. They're so cute. Such a good movie. Oh my god, I want to go watch that right now, but I should read. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I cannot wait to hear what you guys are going to be reading. Let me know down below if you're reading any of the same books as me, or if there's anything you want to read from this stack or that you loved. Yeah. And if you want to comment but don't know what to comment, how about you comment a octopus emoji? Because we love octopi. Okay, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Bye!